The groundbreaking ceremony for the development of the Ogun Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone (SAPZ) attracts high-profile individuals from within and outside the state. This is an event set to trigger a series of economic activities that will not only impact the state and the region, but the country at large.
The gateway state is also a gateway to the world.
Blessed with over 12,000 square kilometers of arable land, Ogun towers head and shoulders above its peers in the southwest in the cultivation of major agricultural produce such as rice, cassava, poultry, fish, and many more. The head of the State Economic Team and Commissioner for Finance, in his speech, sets the tone for the day's event.
The EDCs are designated areas to deliver large-scale infrastructure projects with shared infrastructure and facilities and services in order to drive the cost competitiveness of the state. And we further consolidate Ogun State's status as the manufacturing and industrial hub of Nigeria, whilst also positioning us to take full advantage of the Africa Continental Free Trade Zone Agreement.
The Alake of Egbaland expresses his delight over the development, which he says no doubt would impact other parts of the state.
The English proverb says, it's an ill wind that blows no one no good. In the midst of so many challenges in Nigeria, Ogun State is forging ahead to develop in a way that will put us always ahead of the rest of this country. We are already far ahead in terms of industries. We thank God that we're still able to find partners who have interest in the economic development of Nigeria. This is not exactly Egbaland, but if your neighbor is rejoicing, please rejoice with him, because eventually the same and more industry will come to Egbaland too.
This partnership between the state government and the Arise integrated industrial platforms provides an opportunity for value-adding chains of events that will create thousands of jobs and boost the economy of the state, as spelled out in the remark of Gagan Gupta, the Chief Executive Officer and founder of Arise IIP.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this landmark event, which is the signing of the binding development agreement between our company Arise IIP and the Ogun State government for the development of Ogun Special Agro-Processing Industrial Zone. This is a landmark event in the history of Ogun State. First of all, let me commend and thank the state government led by Mr. Governor Dapo Abiodun for his infrastructure development strides and for birthing this novel initiative which has culminated in today's signing of this agreement. The Governor, Mr. Dapo, and Nigerian government have shown commitment to the essence of government, which is the overall development of the state and economic prosperity to the citizen of Ogun State. Of course, I must also say that is your government's very persuasive charm which got us to invest in the state. Let me also thank our partners and friends, President Adesina from the African Development Bank, Dr. Orama, President of Afri-Exim Bank, and of course our shareholder who is supporting us in our African journey, President Samaila from African Finance Corporation. Without the support of these institutions, I don't think Arise will be where it is today. We created Arise to solve three main challenges: reduce unemployment, promote economic growth, and mitigate climate change. For too long, Africa has been exporting employment and importing unemployment. Arise is determined to support developing countries to thrive through projects like the Remo Economic Development Cluster. We also poised to identify opportunities in commercial and industrial value chains with our partner countries. The Arise IIP teams are very proud to be able to support the authorities of state of Ogun in the development of the ambitious industrial economic cluster by leveraging our experience in the design, management of industrial estates, and the sustainable management of natural resources, we aim to contribute to making the Ogun State a key player in the responsible processing of raw material, light industries and pharmaceuticals.
As far as the Chairman, Senate Committee on Industries is concerned, this project would get all the legislative backings to ensure it succeeds.
I am equally delighted to be part of this groundbreaking ceremony for the development of Ogun State Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone. So I therefore congratulate His Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, for his vision, his resourcefulness, steadfastness, and commitment to the economic development of Ogun State. I believe what he has brought into political governance is his rich private sector experience as an accomplished entrepreneur. He has progressively unlocked the potentials of Ogun State for the benefit of the good people of this state and the Nigerian economy as a whole. I am particularly excited by his effective leverage of synergy with the private sector in the economic development process through the adoption of public-private partnership models in projects of this nature. For an economy that currently suffers in terms of post-harvest losses, there cannot be a better project than this. It will boost employment, increase productivity, raise revenue, and expand export, and reduce post-harvest losses and promote economic inclusion. As the chairman of the Senate Committee on Industries, I would like to assure both the government and the people, and even the investors, that all necessary support that you may require, we will give it priority in the National Assembly.
The SAPZ project enjoys the support of some of the continent's biggest and strongest financial institutions, including Africa Finance Corporation, AFDB, and Afrexim Bank. They all acknowledge the confidence inspired by the Dapo Abiodun-led administration, which has culminated in the day's event.
You know, one of the reasons why things haven't changed for us in Africa is because we've done the same thing for the last 2 centuries. We've just been exporting raw materials, and we're not adding value. We're exporting the jobs and the value that comes with that. This initiative today demonstrates that we're taking ownership of that process and we're going to add value. And I'll give an example. So Nigeria exports about 60 million tons of cassava, you know, just in its pure form. If we do value creation there, we process it to bioethanol, starches, APIs, and all the rest, we can easily generate up to $3 billion of revenue. We've heard about the jobs that can be created, so I don't need to repeat that. So this is a very important initiative today, and we're going to replicate this in as many parts of Nigeria as is possible. I would like to begin by especially commending the Governor of Ogun State, led by His Excellency Governor Abiodun, for the leadership and commitment shown in bringing this project to life. Your Excellency, your tireless dedication to the development of Ogun State is distinguished, and your support for projects like this lays a path of development that Nigeria should pursue. It is with value addition projects like this that we can create jobs for our youth and provide opportunities to drive development for our local communities. Your commitment, Governor Dapo Abiodun, is unprecedented. And I'll tell you this, we've done this 4 times now, and we've not had a partner that has underwritten this groundbreaking. You are the first. Thank you.
This event gives me an opportunity to tell a story of how security and simple events can make a huge difference in the development trajectory of a people. The event we are marking today demonstrates some key development fundamentals we must all pay attention to in this country. Just about a year ago, we started discussing this opportunity following the very frequent conversations I normally have with the governor. At the same time, just before he assumed office, I was also discussing with my governor, Governor Soludo in Anambra State. The plan to come to Nigeria was to come to Ogun State and go to Anambra State. But just about a few weeks to the mission, Anambra erupted in severe violence, killings and maiming of people, and destruction of property, attacking the police. I called Gagan and told him, please don't go there. Let's focus on where there is peace. So I'm happy today that we are doing this. And I hope that we can find peace in Anambra State so we can also do something like this. The second thing that this demonstrates is the tenacity and perseverance that marks a good leader. The moment Governor Abiodun decided that this project was going to be done, he never let any of us rest. We met several times. He came to Kairos, followed up in many places. Even if I was traveling, he would say he will come immediately to the place. So I'm happy that that tenacity has borne fruit, and it is the mark of leadership I think we must carry high so that other leaders can copy that. And for us here in Ogun State, I visited here, the governor invited me, I came here about March, I think last year. And I committed that we would do an investment of $250 million here. So I'm very pleased that we have started. I'm very pleased that the Africa Quality Assurance Center at the Sagami Interchange is completed and will be opened next month. I'm very pleased that apart from this project, there are other projects that we have advanced with the governor, but I will leave him to that. I don't want to jump the gun.
The Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment outlines the impact this project would eventually have on job creation and the entire agriculture value chain.
People that are not familiar with Ogun State may feel that an airport is an unusual location for a project of this type. But the Ogun State Agro-Cargo International Airport is world-class. And once fully completed, this airport, which is tailored towards the export and import of cargo, will go a long way to stimulate the economic development of not just Ogun State, but indeed the entire southwest region of Nigeria. Nigeria is currently facing challenging times. Some of today's most topical issues are rising foreign exchange rates, inflation, and youth unemployment. This project will help address all three of these challenges. Increased agro-industrialization is key to improving local food security and reducing the need for importation. It creates jobs and can also generate export revenue. I commend His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, for this pioneering feat that the state has achieved. Ogun State has been able to get the mix right. This agro-processing zone, located within the axis of the International Cargo Terminal, sets the state up to be a key regional trading hub.
Governor Dapo Abiodun is delighted to reel out some of the achievements of his administration within the first 3.5 years in office, and how much deliberate efforts were directed towards repositioning the state and uplifting the economy.
It is indeed with a deep sense of humility, privilege, and honor that I, on behalf of the entire people and government of Ogun State, welcome His Excellency Otunba Ni Adebayo, the Honorable Minister of Trade and Investment, Mr. Samuel Azuberu, the President and CEO of AFC, Professor Ben Uramo, the President and CEO of Afrexim Bank, Mr. Gagan Gupta, the President of IIP, and all other captains of industries and KBACs to this groundbreaking ceremony of the development of the Ogun State Special Agro-Industrial Zone, a truly first of its kind, trailblazing, world-class facility located right here in our airport city. Our comparative and competitive advantage of ours informed the vision of this administration, which we encapsulated as that which is to provide a focused and qualitative governance, whilst creating an enabling environment for public-private sector partnership, which we believe is very fundamental to the economic growth of this state and the individual prosperity of our people. The emphasis here is on public-private sector partnership. We began the implementation of our vision through our development pillars, acronymed ISHEYA. I for infrastructure, S for social well-being and welfare, E for education, Y for youth employment and job creation, and A for agriculture. We aimed to turn the push factor, as we call it, from Lagos to the pull factor in Ogun. We set up the Ogun State Investment Promotion Agency to continue to market our competitive and comparative advantage over other states. We set up the Business Advisory Council, which is a multi-agency council, to ensure that we remove all the bottlenecks that are involved with interfacing and doing business with government. We created the Ogun State Land and Revenue Management System, which now allows you to pay for everything in Ogun State online, and also ensure that if you want to buy land, you can actually go on the internet and actually reserve the land and pay for it without going through several intermediaries. Today is a testament that we are indeed on course. If despite the rate of the foreign exchange, if despite the supposed security challenges and the risks, if despite the recession world over, we found a partner who, out of conviction and by extension the conviction of his bankers, AFC and Afrexim, are investing in Ogun State to the tune of $400 million in the first instance. In the first quarter of the year 2020, we decided to establish the Ministry of Transportation, which did not exist in Ogun State before my tenure. Having identified that the transportation sector is a key enabler of our vision and economic growth, we further, through a collaboration with the academia and the United Kingdom Foreign Development Office, constituted a committee to provide us with a multi-modal transport master plan for the state. Amongst other recommendations, about 18 months ago, despite the COVID-19 pandemic, the business case for this Arukagwe airport, which had been on the drawing board and dormant for about 14 years, was re-established. A bold decision was taken based on sound objective reasoning to proceed with the construction of the Arukagwe airport. This airport will probably be the fastest constructed international Cat 6 airport on the continent. Today, this same location that was till March 2021 a forest. In fact, someone referred to it as a dump site, has become not just a reality, but an metropolis, an airport city. where the Nigerian customs have now decided to locate one of their biggest facilities in this country and made a substantial full payment for their first 100 hectares of land only last week. This is just not another groundbreaking, but that of a special industrial park for agro-processing and allied products, comprising of the entire agro ecosystem that promises to generate over 30,000 direct job opportunities and, of course, individual prosperity. This will further strengthen the backward integration policy of President Muhammadu Buhari GCFR. We give all the glory to the Almighty God for giving us the audacity to be bold in dreaming big and implementing. Today, Ogun State is adjudged to be one of the safest, if not the safest state in the country. Well, President Rama has said it all. Otherwise, they'd have been in Anambra. We have constructed over 400 kilometers of both interstate and intrastate roads. Only in 3 years and 6 months, we have one road at least in every local government in this state. We have not developed any part of this state at the expense of another one. We have built over 1,200 affordable homes, more than is being built in the history of this state, combined together, because we are preparing for all that are coming here to live, work, and play here. We'll be back here very soon to commission the International Agro-Cargo Airport in just a few months. And this airport promised to be the agro-cargo hub for the entire continent of Africa. By the way, our deep sea port is also loading. Let me reassure Kabiyesi Alake that we are working very assiduously on ensuring that the dry port that will be located in Kajola is commissioned very soon. Only this morning, Gaga and I discussed it in detail with the president of AFC to ensure that going forward, cargoes that are destined for Ogun State are no longer cleared in Lagos. So you can ship your cargoes from wherever straight to Kajola, thereby decongesting Lagos, the traffic in the port, the traffic to Lagos, and of course, creating efficiency for processing companies. Welcome to Ogun State, the gateway to Nigeria's prosperity.
Ogun State government, in conjunction with Arise Integrated Industrial Platforms, this plaque was unveiled in commemoration of the groundbreaking ceremony of the Ogun State Special Agro Industrial Processing Zone (SAPZ) by me, His Excellency Prince Dapo Abiodun MFR, Governor of Ogun State, and Gagan Gupta, CEO, founder, Arise IIPP, on this day, Friday, 4th November 2022. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, àjọṣe gbogbo wa ni. Láti ṣe tàbí ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn.
Governor Dapo Abiodun continues to amaze his critics and inspire confidence in his fans. He is not merely speaking, but walking his talk all the way. This is another milestone in the annals of Ogun State, yet so much more awaits. The journey continues.
This is a promise-keeping administration.
we will continue to serve you. We will only make promises that we intend to keep. We're a promise-keeping administration. Will continue to find us worthy, ready, and willing partners.